This music be jamming. This music be jamming, man. How y'all doing? Happy new moon. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. Happy new moon. How is everyone? How is everyone? Hello, Miss Shiny. Hello, Latoya. Hey, CJD. Hello, Life with Ebony B. Hello. I'm not really doing, I'm not sure this is on Facebook, but I am not doing personal readings, guys. Melinda, if you could put my link to my channel, my website in there, that would be very helpful. You can book a reading with me. I'm not doing personal readings. We're not going to be here long today because we actually have Lightworker Liftoff starts tonight. I'm so excited. Lightworker Liftoff starts tonight. 2 days for free if you go to lightworkerliftoff.com. And then a third VIP day, okay, for social media. You get all the information. This is designed to help you launch your business. And let me tell you something, guys. Launching your spiritual-based or heart-based business, be it a coach, a healer, a shaman, a teacher, whatever the case may be, is really you stepping into your purpose. And really, let me not do that. I don't want to hear this. And it's really you recognizing and realizing your fulfillment. Okay? It's you recognizing and fulfilling and being fulfilled. Okay? So it's stepping into the fullness of your power. There's no reason to be scared of readings. Well, I will tell you, sometimes there's some things that come out that may not appear as good. They might feel like they're not good, but it's all in how you look at everything. One could look at how I went through a horrible time with my second ex-husband and the whole thing that happened with that. I've told that story before. We'll tell it again another time. And all the things that have happened over my life. And you could look at it as not good. Or you could look at it as those were all lessons I came here to learn. And I would not be the woman, the divine being, the goddess, the oracle that I am today. Never be scared of readings. Okay? Now, I'm not one for all of these shenanigans with the the people that'll reach out to you and be like, oh, I have messages from your ancestors and yada yada skippy, and then want to basically tell you that if you don't do it, that all of a sudden then your whole world's gonna blow up and go to hell in a handbasket. I know. I don't do that kind of thing. I mean, if there's something that might feel a little shadowy that's happening, I will tell you. But true light workers, true workers of light, and even a lot of middle workers will give you the solution and tell you what is on the other side of it. And never leave you just sitting there. Okay? All right. Hey, Ms. D, how are you? Thank you, honey. Yeah, honey. Let me tell you something. They bees like that sometimes. They bees like that. All right. So these are going to be quick. Usually, guys, those of you that are with me a lot know that I'll pull some oracle, and then I'll also pull some tarot because we've got Lightworker Liftoff happening a little bit later today. I just need to get to the I'm just going to do the oracles today, okay? So we're not going to do all of it. So I'm going to pull from the Sacred Power reading cards, and I'm also going to pull from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. Now, that I'm doing this specifically because if you were with me last night, and we'll be sure to put this in the end card of this video. We talked yesterday about the significance of the new moon, and that the significance of the new moon this go around is truly all about it's revealing the secrets to us of power others have had over us, but most importantly of the power that we have within ourselves, and how to unleash it, and how to reveal it to the world, and how to step into our purpose. So that's why I'm pulling from these decks right now. Okay. Hello, Nazakara. How are you, beloved? Hello, dear. All right. So if those of you, I'm going to leave the ticker running down at the bottom. Good. I'm glad you're okay. If I have the energy later on, I will do a new moon meditation, but do not quote me on that because that might not happen. It might not happen. So it's okay. All right. So we're going to start off with Aries. We're going to start with Aries. Okay. And I'll just pull as spirit leads. All right. Here we go. All right, Aries. Let me see here. I should be able to do this as well. Sun, moon, and rising. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. All right. Let's see what Spirit has for us here. Sacred power. Let's pull from the sacred power. I'm just gonna pull. It might not be even for everybody, guys. I'm gonna pull what Spirit tells me to. Okay. Exploration. Exploration. I know it's hard for you guys to see. I apologize. Exploration. We get one more. Leads to freedom. And you will have angel assistance. Exploration leads to freedom, Aries, sun, moon, and rising, and you will have angelic assistance in this regard. What this is telling me is this. Aries, I want you to explore all of your options. I want you to explore your dreams. I want you to explore your aspirations. Oh, yep, here we go. Limitations inspire innovations. Limitations inspire innovations. If you've been told that you can't, if you've been told that you shouldn't, if you've been told that it's crazy, it's lunacy, if you've been told that you are too selfish, that wanting all of this for yourself or wanting to do these things is just somehow wrong, and it is being self-centered, know that it's not. These are just limitations that other people are putting on you. If you have begun the exploratory process of what is my next move? What is my real purpose? What am I really, really here for? And how can I help humanity? How can I help the collective? How can I take my proper place in the collective? Then that in and of itself is, as you follow that path, it's going to give you freedom. You're supposed to be exploring right now the true freedom of choice that you have, exploring the free will that you have, exploring the ability that you have to quantumly create what is next, or what actually already is in the quantum, but we just don't see it in the current realm. All of your, and this is for everybody as well, all things exist simultaneously. The past, the present, and the future all technically exist simultaneously. Where we choose to put our attention towards and place our intention in is what actually becomes reality. So I want you to explore how one can get out of and off from underneath any limitations that are perceived by you or that have been placed upon you, like due to other people's kind of like, we'll call it programming, their thought patterns. Nobody else in the family has ever done this before, so why should you think you can do it now? Kind of thing. Let them inspire how an innovation, a new way of going about it, a new way of looking at it, a new way of thinking about it, and start the implementation. You will, Aries, sun, moon, and rising, have angelic assistance in all of this. So it is time for you to call upon your angels or your ancestors, if that's what you prefer, your guides. It is now time for you to call upon those beings that are higher dimensional beings to come in and assist. The assistance can be, I don't know if any of you like watch football or anything like that, or basketball. But you can, there's assistance through like blocking, like if a running back is taking the ball and is going to like try to get through the line and gain some yardage, there can be blocking. Assistance can be on the other side. It could be like an interception, right? Assistance can look in so many different ways and present itself in so many different energies. Okay. That it is very important for you to allow that assistance to happen in the other dimensions, because you right now are third dimensional and your focus is right here. Sometimes we need help because we don't actually know what's actually blocking us energetically, and they can come in and either begin to move those things or show us where an energetic block is happening so that we can then work with work through the healing process to then elevate ourselves past that and to grow, so that we can fulfill that duty and that journey. Okay. So, Aries, it is time for you to explore. Now, I told y'all these were going to be fast. Okay, here we go. Let me get rid of Aries and let's find Taurus. Here we go. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Happy new moon in Cancer. Happy new moon in Cancer to all my Cancerian brothers and sisters. It's our time. It's our season. We are doing all the things. Let's step into the creation of all that we are meant to create. This is especially powerful for Cancers, actually, and Capricorns being our opposing sign. We're very close in our mannerisms and the way we operate. So it's going to be very powerful for you all as well. So let's get some cards here. What do we have for the sacred, from the sacred power? Please read from the sacred power cards for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do we have for Taurus? Okay, that is really too many. Let's try it again. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Can you give me just one at a time, please? Thank you. Tree of Life. Rest. And illusion. Let me check something out. If you all, well, that's interesting. Okay, so there's illusion. Oh, okay. I don't memorize all the oracle cards. I have too many decks, and I'm not doing that. I wouldn't advise. So, Tree of Life, create strong foundations to support future goals and aspirations. Okay, that makes sense. And then we're going to rest. Rest and relaxation will recharge your energy and your spirit. And illusion, appearance is not what they seem. Got it. So, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. During this Cancerian new moon, you are meant to be building your foundation for the future. If you were with us yesterday, and if not, go back and watch my live from yesterday. We'll link it. But you are to be building for the future so you can have a strong foundation upon which to build everything else, right? Taurus, you've had Uranus in your sign for quite some time, and it'll be here for a few more years. So everything has been like moved and jolted around quite a bit, right? So now this new moon is actually a time for rest. And it seems like the opposite of exactly what you should do, but you're under the illusion that continued hard work and continuing to push is going to get you somewhere. Also, Taurians, try not to have a negative point of view of what's going on around you and in the world. Try not to have a negative point of view of, or have this point of view of, oh my God, why are you being like that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually going to ask you not to try not to be so selfish. Sometimes what you have to do is you have to take the initiative to, not just sometimes, you have to take the initiative to reformulate your energy and realign it and if you want to talk polarity, send out a different magnetic frequency so that you draw in something else. Everyone's not going to do it for you. So you do really have to build that foundation. And what seems odd is I'm telling you to build a foundation by resting. In the time of rest and relaxation, we get the greatest creativity when we come out of it. The time of rest and relaxation allows us to recharge and allows us to see things for what they really are and not what we thought them to be. This is overall, globally, and in the collective, a time of great. I really wish I could get these in the right way. A great illusion and a great it's like the great gaslight. Um, and nothing is as it seems. I was just listening to something earlier today where a gentleman was talking about how history is literally changing in front of our very eyes. And you might say, well, that's not true. Well, actually, it kind of is. You can look at simple things like, I think there's like certain logos you'll look at, or certain, logos you'll look at, and you'll be like, wasn't it spelled this way before and now it's not? You know, and I can't remember I remember cereal boxes. Oh, excuse me. And things like that. Like, honest to goodness, like you really got to pay attention to how and why things are being done the way they're being done, and how and why people are telling you things like, you know, what a lot of what we've thought about history in the past, we're now finding out wasn't true. And that's going to shake a lot of people to the core, because they're going to finally be like, oh, wow, I've always thought all these years it was true. My point to that is this. You have thought things to be one way, and that was the only way that you could find success, happiness, peace, and joy. I'm going to ask you, Taurians, to look at it differently. And remember, you're from the sacred creators, you are magic. You yourself have the ability to change, recreate, restructure your world. You alone. And magic does not require brute strength. Magic requires belief, energy, and intention. That's what it requires. Belief, energy, and intention. Magic does not even require active third dimensional thought. So when people are continuing to say, oh, think this, think this, think this, think this, think this, say this, say this, say this, over and over and over again until it happens, or until you believe it, I say, well, that's nice, but it's very much deeper. Belief doesn't happen just because of thought. Belief happens because it's an energy that you hold in your heart. Two different ways to create. We actually go over that in my free workshop, so sign up. We talk about this because that's kind of the basis for how you create an entire business, right? Or how you create a space for your purpose to thrive, right? And grow, is you have to, your mindset really becomes heart set, right? It's what is your heart set on? It's not what your mind is set on. I mean, it can be if it drops down into your heart, but we're doing it backwards. So magic is in your heart, right? Logic is in your mind. All right? Magic is in your heart. Logic is in your mind. Okay, Taurus? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to rest this new moon, and I want you to kind of look at the foundation of where you're at right now and say, am I where I intended to be? Am I where I want to be? Is what I have right now going to get me to where I want to go? And if it is not, then I want you to tear down all the illusions of you thought this was the way for you to build it, and now you're finding out it ain't. And be okay with releasing them and creating and instituting dreams rather than illusions. Dreams. All right. Hello, honey. 411-2002. Hello, darling. All right. We are trucking right along here. We are going to move on to, let me get rid of you and let me start you, Gemini. All right, Gemini, I'm actually loading up the next two so I can. Oh, did I not? Girl, bye. Silly goose. Let me get rid of this. Sorry, gang. I want to just load up the next couple so I don't have to worry about it. And let's get one more. It should be Libra, Scorpio, and let me get Sag. Here's Sag. All right, here we go. Sorry, gang. I'm a one-woman show. Gemini. All right. All right. Let's get Gemini here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you're just joining us, we're pulling from the Sacred Power reading cards. It's going to be an Oracle only. These are Oracle only readings. And then the Sacred Creator's Oracle. So we're just going to do some quickies here today so you can have some information coming into the height of the new moon, which is at 9:32 Central. So 10:32 p.m. Eastern. 7:32 p.m. Pacific is the height of the new moon tonight. Here we go. It'll be early in the morning overseas, like on the 29th. Okay, here we go. Truth. Leads to abundance. And purification. Let me hold this back up again. Purification. So truth, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising leads to abundance. And you're going through this purification process kind of all the way through. Geminis, you guys get a bad rap sometimes because I know a lot of people call y'all Geminis, which I think is just so not nice. I suppose lower vibrational Geminis, but let's not. You also get a bad rap for being very dual or being what some people would consider fickle. I don't consider you fickle. I consider you able to make decisions and process logic quickly. However, you do make decisions and you will like you are out of here. Like all the Geminis in my life, and once they decide something is something, that's something is going to happen, and they're going to make it happen, and they're going to make it happen now. And sometimes without thinking everything all the way through. But what I love about a Gemini is, I will tell you one thing. I find that if you are in tune yourself, I know when a Gemini is not being completely truthful and when they are. Easily. But Geminis tend to be very jovial, very happy, very much, hey, it ain't that serious. Why? Because they're mutable air, so they can change quickly. So I'm going to ask you to kind of sit in that quick change. And the reason why I want you to be in that quick change is because that very fast ability to assess a situation and come to a conclusion about a situation is going to help you get down to the truth of it. Like, if you've ever seen a Gemini kind of interrogate somebody, and I use that word specifically because they are such fast on their feet thinkers and talkers that if you're not being completely truthful about something, they're going to find out fast. And they're going to show you every which way why it don't make logical sense. And then be like, okay, well, explain it. Okay, you can't, so stop it. Like, just tell me what it is. I can deal with that. Because then Gemini can come up with the pathway out, right? But as you get down to not only the truth in others, but the truth in yourself, that leads to a level of abundance in every area of your life. A lot of times we think of abundance solely as monetary gain. However, during this Cancer period, now trust me, Cancer season, no, Cancers, we about our coins. Don't get it twisted at all. Like, we want the stability. We about our coins, not at the expense of others, but we're still about our coins. So during this season, though, but we're also all about home. We're about community, love, honor, respect, natural investigators, CJD. Absolutely. Kind of like Scorpios, right? They're natural investigators. We're about all of those things. We want abundance, love, honor, respect. We are about that in every area of our lives, right? Friendships. We like stable friendships. We like stable relationships. We want a stable home. That's abundance. Not wanting for anything. That's being at peace, nothing missing, nothing broken. That's having to an overflow. I'm going to ask you, though, that you be sure as you are going through this process, there's a purification of thought that's needed. A purification of thought. Cleanse your environment and personal space. As you're getting down to the truth of the matter, you might need to excise, yeet, get rid of, swerve, move around some energies that are in your life. It just might be what it is. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay? So let's not just poo-poo it all and be like, oh, whatever. It's important that your community supports your vision. It's very important, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that your community supports your vision, and also your space. Choose who you are becoming. You have a choice at this new moon to choose the truth of who you are and follow that towards that path of abundance and kind of purify your community, your space, your energetic space, what's feeding into your auric field, so that you can fully achieve it or, become it in the flesh, what you already are in the spirit. Or you have a choice to kind of stay with these people that you're with or you're around or your surroundings, period. And I don't want to say hope for the best, but it's going to take you much longer to get where you're going, and you might not ever get there because you're not living your truth. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's going to be very important during this new moon that you choose ye this day to live in your truth, which is the truth. And I guess truth can be subjective because truth really depends on your perspective. So, Gemini, choose truth. Choose what is of your highest good so that you can move and create, right? You can initiate abundance in every area in this life. All right? All right, here we go. We're going to play Cancer. Here we go. All right, here we go. I'm uploading another couple so that we can keep it moving. Here we go. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah, guys, I know I'm not going in depth this go around. But like I said yesterday, the darn new moon snuck up on me. I couldn't figure out why in the hell I was so tired. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. If you like what you hear, feel free to give us a like, a subscribe, and a share. or definitely just a like. Doesn't cost you nothing. We'll get back to some other kind of important topics of the day soon. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but it might. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, energy balance. Cancer, we got to balance some chakras. I don't know about y'all, but this Cancer here, whoo, child, I have been just like, whoo, whoo. You know, people are like, dang, girl, what's wrong with you? And not that I've been necessarily biting people's heads off. I've just been like, if y'all was hanging around me last week, y'all was on the channel last week, I was in my like turning the tables over in the temple mood. I was in literally a turning the tables over in the temple, cracking the whip mood. Like anybody could get it last week. And I knew the moon was in Aries too. But anybody could get it for me last week. I was like, I'm tired of y'all BS. Retreat. Whoops. So energy balance, retreat. Anybody could get it. Like if you were not talking like truth, if you were not like about like uplifting, if you were not like, you know, like if you were being a little fugazi and a little shiesty, no, we was not having it. Divine consciousness. I love this. Cancer. Cancer. Balance your energy. Balance your emotions. Get your ish together. You're going to have to take yourself a little retreat time. You're going to have to do some self-care. I just did a reading with my wonderful friend. Well, she gave me a reading. Psychic LJ, Psychic Louise Jones. You can find her on Facebook. You can find her here on YouTube. But you book with her on Facebook. And she was just saying, honey, you need to go take a salt bath or this bath or that bath. Like I need some cleansing, child. Because what is happening is we are entering another level of reception or illumination or ascension towards divine consciousness. Divine consciousness cannot fully enter and be integrated into our being, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, until and unless we're balanced. And a lot of times that requires kind of this retreat. It requires you kind of being in a bit of a solitude. You might need to go back into your shell. Now, I know I was in my shell this weekend, but you might need to go back again. I'm probably headed back there this weekend again. Yes, I am. Because especially right now, this new moon is just beaming divine consciousness, divine creation, highly potent, enlightened energy for us to raise another level. Let us not forget, Cancer sons, I'm speaking specifically to you, we are the mothers of the zodiac. We are the initiators of emotion. We are cardinal water. We are cardinal emotion. We are cardinal spirit. And you know, there is a saying here on earth that if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, right? They'll say happy wife, happy life. Well, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So we really, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. We got to pay attention to how we're rocking the cradle. Because when we get our, you know what's in a bunch, it's a problem around here. In flow with money. How many are y'all? Is some of y'all worried about money? Let me tell you something. You can't get in flow with money or any other energetic blessing or uplifting or abundance until you're balanced. Let me light my damn sage. You got to stay in balance, because if your pendulum and your boat swinging every which way, you're not in flow. You're fighting. It's almost like some of us are fighting against the current. Just release whatever it is that seems to be blocking and bothering you. And I'm talking as much to myself as I am to everybody else. So I don't want nobody to think I'm just pointing the fingers at you, because I got 3 more pointing back at me. That's truly the only way that the divine consciousness begins to flow through us. And then everything else flows along with it. But I feel a raising up of our energy as a collective group into this next level of divine consciousness that's really going to massively heal and uplift the world. It's our season. We're bringing in our soul families. So Cancerians, begin to draw on your soul families. Some of us will, if we have not already, we will be linking up with our sacred creators. And that does not necessarily mean that your sacred creator is your romantic partner. They do not have to be. You can create something with someone, okay? And you're not romantically interested, or you guys are not romantically together. Is it nice for that to happen? Absolutely. But it's not a requirement. Okay, so if you haven't already met up with and been linked to your sacred creator, or some people call them twin flames, but if you've not met up with that person yet, I have a feeling that person's coming in very quickly. All right, very quickly. Hey, Darcia, how are you? Welcome from Michigan. All right, well, you haven't missed your sign yet. We're rolling through. We're only doing oracle readings today. Thanks, guys, for being here. I wanted to be able to get this in and get it to you all quickly. All right, here we go. Okay, good. Here we go. Leo. All right, Leo. Let me load up Pisces, and then I don't have to load up anybody else. All right, here we go. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, if you're just joining us, I am pulling, it looks like 3 cards consistently from the Sacred Power reading cards. And then I'm also pulling 1 from the Sacred Creator card. These are going to be oracle readings for new moon energy. We're not going to do tarot today. We're just going to pull the oracle. So I'm going to give you more channeled messages and overall energies than specifically a tarot reading. I kind of like this because this gives me a little bit more freedom to just flow with spirit and just speak what I'm hearing, rather than having to kind of, decipher the tarot. Sometimes it's just nice to do it this way. Also, guys, if you do know your moon and your rising, I do encourage you to go on and watch all 3 so you can get a complete picture. Your sun sign is your ego or your id, your moon sign is your emotions, and your rising sign is how you present to the world, kind of like your personality, what you show to everybody else. So it's good to have an idea of what each of those energies are, so that, if you're like, oh, why am I presenting like this? Well, this is why. Why do I feel like this? Well, moon sign, this is why. Okay, here we go. Your husband's a Leo. We got some Leos in the house. Oh, here we go. We've got retreat. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo, Sun, Moon. Everything okay, son? Well, the cats knocked that down, so it's all over by the tool shelf. Oh, well, then I don't know, son. Okay, you're welcome, baby. Oh, Rainbow Dragon. We're going to have to look at that one. And 1 more card. I still have normal human life. And boundaries. Oh, we're going to look into this now. We really going to look into this. Other fun fact, just so you guys know, most of your horoscopes, even though they tell you it goes by your sun sign, your horoscopes actually go by your moon sign. How you get your moon sign is you do need your exact time of birth. That live birth certificate is probably with the hospital you were born in. Okay? They no longer put your time of birth on your birth certificates, your certified birth certificates, as if you have that, it will unlock a great deal of power. All right, let me see what this rainbow dragon is, because I can look at your natal chart and tell about everything with you. Be honest with yourself and others. Ooh, release your burdens. Leo, y'all ready for this? Is y'all ready for this? Chase your dream. Opportunities are endless. Be honest with yourself. Okay, Leo. This new moon, I'm going to ask you to retreat. I'm going to ask you to go and find you a quiet place. Because it's time for you, Leo, to be honest with yourself and others and to release your burdens, because the boundaries that you have set in place for yourself are but an illusion. They are an illusion. They are not hard boundaries keeping you from doing that which you are meant to do. Possibilities are actually endless. Remember, if you've been with me throughout the whole broadcast, you will recall that I said that past, present, and future all exist at the same quote unquote time. We live in a quantum reality. So there really is, our perception of time is here to help us live a third dimensional life. However, time really does not exist. It is a construct. It is a matrix under which we live. There are really no boundaries. All possibilities are endless, and all possibilities exist simultaneously right now as I'm speaking to you, Leo. But the problem is you've been so tied up, caught up, tangled up, entangled with everybody else and everything else. You've not had time to reset, regroup, and take a retreat so that you yourself can let everybody else's stuff go. A lot of us are retreating. A lot of us are retreating. I'll keep that one, but I don't know that that's for you. This is for you. What do you really want, Leo? What do you really want, Leo? Because the other card I got was limitations inspire innovations, and perhaps that's going to help you because you've placed these limits, or other people have placed these imaginary, illusionary limits on you, so you've not felt like you knew a way to get the heck out of it and release yourself. So I'm going to ask you, while you're retreating during this new moon cycle, especially the first few days here, what do you really want? Have you ever asked yourself that question? How many of us have really asked ourselves, what do we really want? Now, I'm not going to say all of you Leos are going through this. And you might not be I will say Leos might be going through this to differing degrees. For some, it might be like real. I know some Leos, it's really drastic right now, like it's really hitting them hard. You know, how they're kind of like boxed in a corner, but they've put themselves in that corner and allowed other people to put the barricades up. But it's kind of like Eight of Swords energy, where they could get out. They just have to decide they're going to and take the blindfold off themselves. They could walk out, their feet ain't bound, their hands are bound in front of their face. They can literally take the blindfold off and wriggle themselves out of it, right? And just walk out of whatever captivity they're in. And others, you're not really necessarily captive, but you might be captive by your own doubts held captive by your own doubts and fears about yourself, what you don't necessarily show the rest of the world, because to the rest of the world, you show yourself as a very strong, outgoing, powerful person that's fun-loving, loyal, and you are all those things. But sometimes people take your loyalty and they misuse it. And sometimes you misplace your loyalty, or you keep your loyalty there a little bit too long. And you're not truly loyal to the person that you should be loyal to, which is yourself, first and foremost. Okay? So what I feel like this is all about is, again, there is a consistent theme here of reassessing. Let me look at that rainbow dragon again, because that was really kind of an interesting one. I feel like that one's consistent or very important. Be honest with yourself and others. Release your burdens. Floating within the golden ascension rays, the rainbow dragon is making you aware of what is required for you to act in truth and honesty. Bringing the vibration from the golden ray, the rainbow dragon opens connections to your higher self, the central sun, and angelic and ascended master realms, while centering you in the present. Through the dragon's movements, the frequency and vibration of the rainbow spectrum dissipates negative blocks and karmic debris, but only if you're willing to accept the change required to break down walls and barriers that stop you from moving forward. Powerful and unstoppable, once you activate your rainbow dragon, prepare for swift and sudden change, bringing harmony and change in a positive direction. The rainbow dragon is the protector, harmonizer, destructor, and creator all in one. Connecting to the elements, the dragon is here to assist you in raising your vibration and consciousness through the energy of the elements. As the creator of action, you are encouraged to follow your truth with honesty and integrity. Right now, honesty is required in all areas of your life. When you begin to unburden yourself, you allow yourself to be open to the gifts of the universe. Now is the time to get busy. All right. I love this. Retreating means go into solitude, meditate, self-love, social media detox, go within and see what messages come to you. Thank you, Melinda. You are exactly right. You're exactly right. You've been manifesting a lot of things that have been coming true, but you just get scared. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. It's all working for your good. All right, that is a Leo. We are moving on to Virgo. You're welcome, Ebony B. You're welcome. All right, here we go. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Moving on to Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. All right, here we go. Okay, Virgo, you have energy balance as well, which you guys are usually very good at. Whoop! Intimacy. Hey, Miss Carolyn. And rest. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm not sure if that was it. I think some of y'all just really do need to rest. But I'm really not quite sure if that's the card for you. I guess it was, because retreat came back out again. Should I just leave these two cards out and just everybody retreat? Everybody take a chill pill and retreat or rest. I can't. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put retreat over here. We're going to keep it at rest. Okay. Energetic balance, intimacy, and rest. Energetic balance. Where is this intimacy coming in? There is a beautiful intimacy I'm feeling, guys, not necessarily with, it could be with third dimensional beings that are ascended, right? That are aware of their ascended. No, no, honey. No, no. Apollo the dog is over here. That are aware of their ascended nature, their starseed nature, of their higher self, right? They're awakened to their higher being. And I feel like that is the intimacy that you crave, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. You crave an intimacy that is not simply carnal, but that is completely or has such a ethereal nature to it. It's almost haunting. It's as if you crave being with someone that is so much like you, but yet not. Someone that can help you keep your energy in balance. And I had to figure out what this rest is about. Let me look at intimacy and then let me look at rest. Respect. Now, okay, here we go. Respect your personal space and nurture your relationships. Respect your personal space and nurture your relationships. Intimacy is often associated with being sexual. In fact, emotional intimacy, which has nothing to do with being sexual, is the foundation of any great relationship. Virgo, y'all can be very carnal. Y'all can be very boom chicka wow wow. Okay, now, can we be adults here for a moment? Can we all be grown for a second? You know, Virgos and Scorpios, Sagittarius, and Geminis, all the mutables, all y'all mutables have a reputation for being, let's just say, adventurous between the sheets. Y'all have a reputation for being very adventurous between the sheets. Now, I said, can we be grown? Don't click off. What that does, though, to people or with people is they will get all kinds of wrapped up and entangled in you, literally. But their emotions will get entangled up in you as well. Because it is so liberating and so intoxicating when you are in that earthy kind of sensual nature. You can't help it. It is who you are. Rest and relaxation will recharge your spirit. You tend to see the best in everyone. However, your friendliness can often be used against you. People can take advantage of your good nature, not reciprocating your time and generosity. Take a strong moral stance and don't be afraid to do what you believe in. Speak your mind and be fearless with your approach. The dolphins, there's dolphins on this card, ask you to rest and remove yourself from negative situations, stresses, and conflicts. They encourage you to bring joy and harmony back into your life again because you have become way too serious. Be playful and have some fun. Keeping a sense of humor as you grow into adulthood, well, this is considering if you're a child, can be challenging. Learn to laugh at your mistakes. Mistakes are the best teachers. Now is the time to free yourself of anything that is holding you back from complete joy. The only way you can change your energetic vibration is through action. And I believe this is why, oh, Scorpios are fixed, my bad. But they are still bound chicka wow wow. So I'm a throw the Pisceans in there, but the Pisceans are very tantric. Pisceans are tantric. Scorpios are that way because they know the underworld and underbelly and all of that, of all of the things. These two things are so important. Virgo, some of y'all have been a little bit out of whack and out of balance, and maybe for a little while, and you really weren't sure, but I believe it's because you have not respected your own boundaries, your own personal space, and because you've been craving and because you naturally do this intimacy. So there are people probably in your life right now, and you just need to bring them to your forefront, that are going to be able to be this intimate with you on an energetic level, an emotional level. Not necessarily physical, but emotional. And maybe it could turn physical if it lends itself to that, fine, but don't force it and don't expect it. Allow for the emotional intimacy and allow for that emotional bond, because that's what's going to begin to keep, that's going to help you be in balance. It's going to help you be more creative, and it eventually then will help you find physical intimacy later on. This soul is on fire. Your soul on fire, baby. I feel like, come on, baby, light my fire too. Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. So listen, find your happiness, find your peace, find your space, find your joy, and allow this intimacy. I cannot stress that enough, because I feel like a lot of times Virgos, you'll like kind of block that off. Even though that's really what you crave, you don't trust it. Or some of you might just mistake it for physical. I don't know. All right, we're gonna move on. Libra, we're halfway through. Oh, I thought these were gonna be short readings. Why are these not short readings? Here we go, Libra. All right, here we go. Oh. Libra. I figured if I was just going to read the oracle, it'd be short. I should have known better, because I don't know how to do a short reading. It just escapes my conceptualization. Here we go. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. I got to get moving, guys. Libra, you have abundance coming towards you this lunation cycle. Ooh, compassion. That damn rust card comes out, I know something. Or that retreat card comes out. And community. Abundance, compassion, and community. Libra. I'm also going to look at this abundance card as balance as well, because we have two hands, right? So it's kind of like this balanced approach, masculine and feminine, energy in and energy out. Everything is balanced. Then we also have compassion, and then we also have community. Libra, we need you to invoke your justice energy, your compassion and desire to help the underdog, your desire for fairness and equity, not equality. Equity and equality are two very different things. A lot of times we seek equality when really we should be seeking equity. Look up the difference. But you are an integral part of this community, and I feel like you during this time are to be manifesting community. Okay, Manifesting community. I'm also going to ask you to have compassion on yourself. I think some of you are being quite hard on yourselves, especially right now, because you're feeling like maybe you should be harvesting more, maybe you should be further along, in monetarily or at a different space in your life. Maybe you should have a relationship or a marriage or whatever it is that you're seeking and you desire. Um, but that you should be further along somehow, and you feel like you're a little out of whack and out of balance, and that perhaps you've given too much in one area than another. And I guess I'm just here to tell you that that's not the case. That if you actually kind of just release some things here and have some compassion for yourself, it will open you up to seeing the level of abundance that you truly live in your life, and how it flows through you. There's never how not being concerned for money, or not being concerned for things, or not being concerned for, um, it might seem like maybe sometimes you have fewer friends than normal, but man, those friends that you have are amazing, right? It might just seem like you have fewer this or less that, but man, they're just like amazeballs. And even in the darkest and hardest of times, you're always good. Okay. And some of you are going to come into this point in this time in this season right now of being always good. That comes though with you having compassion for self, and with you moving in with community, moving in a community situation where you are actually fed and other people have compassion for you as well. Okay, this is the problem. Some of y'all is upside the frick down. And it's really irritating my ever-loving soul. I can't do that. Ooh, I don't know how this happened. I bet you these cards got dropped somehow. I'm sorry. I get OCD about stuff like this. I really do get OCD about stuff like this, where it's like the cards keep coming out weird and wonky. It's hard for me to like really flow with them. Okay, at least I got that. Okay, let me sort out this half. This girl is on fire. Okay. So like you need to, and having the compassion for self, you begin to be able to, sometimes Libra, I feel like you don't love yourself. So, I mean, you do, but you don't, right? Sometimes it's like, you feel very misunderstood, or you feel like disregarded, and you really shouldn't. But some of that comes from like your kind of natural distrust, and just wanting to be sure that people are always being fair. But you also have like a natural, just like you protect everybody that is truly your friend and really in your circle, and you don't want to see any harm to them. But that can lead to you not necessarily allowing new people into the community, and you've gotten burned by them before, so I can understand that. But I want you to have compassion on self, because nothing that you've done before, even in letting people in, has been a bad thing. Like it might not have worked out, but it taught a lesson. And not the lesson of not letting people in. It taught a lesson about certain energetic types. It taught you a lesson, or helped you, help motivate you to grow to a different height, right? So there's a lot that goes into that. So I wouldn't really be overly concerned about it, but have some compassion for yourself, man. And I feel like your community is like trying to get to you, but for some reason there's a little bit of blocking going on in that area. The edge of evolution feels messy. That's perfect. The edge of evolution feels messy. You're about to level up. And community helps you level up. You don't have to be the lone wolf. Community really does help you level up when you surround yourself with the right people. Okay? It's going to feel messy. Have compassion for yourself in the evolutionary process and the growth process, and all will work out as it should. Okay? All right. Well, I'm glad it was a good reading. I don't know why I always think you're a Cancer. Okay. All right. So that was Libra. Let's move it along to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Reading first from the Sacred Power Oracle cards, reading cards, and then we pull a Sacred Creators Oracle. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Here we go. Hey, warrior girl, how are you, honey? Hey, Osset, how are you? I'm good. Oh, you're a Cancer moon. All right, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Angel assistance. You getting help from it? Whoa. Okay. All right. Fine. And then we have communication and the tree of life. This one's really easy for us to read. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. You guys, if you need to see your sign, be it sun, moon, or rising sign, you can rewind. If you want to do it while we're here, and then you can watch those, or you can watch them as soon as this finishes uploading after YouTube's done with it. You, Scorpio, are going to get angelic, not just assistance, but I'm also hearing visitation. Visitation from ethereal beings, visitation from beings from other dimensions. Could be your spirit guides, could be your ancestors. We definitely have Metatron's cube behind this angel's head. So we're not talking just any Joe Schmo. This is not going to be like run-of-the-mill angelic visitation. Like, these are like higher, right? Archangel type level, like seraphim and all that. Yeah. High. Because sometimes, really? Okay. Because sometimes, Scorpio, it takes that high of a entity, a higher dimensional entity, for you to really listen. Because you want to hear it from as close to the quote unquote horse's mouth, excuse me, I'm sorry, as possible. But you're going to get angelic assistance, and that's where this communication comes in at. That's why I say it's visitation and not just merely assistance. So I would expect and anticipate over these next couple of days for that visitation and that communication to happen mainly in your dream time. But for a lot of you, you're going to start to have these day visions or these day hearings, these day downloads, where it's not going to be required for you to be sleeping, and maybe not even required for you to be necessarily in a time of meditation or trance, but like you're just going to get some, like, an idea, or get an influence, or feel like you got to grab a pen and a piece of paper right away and just write things down. We talked a lot yesterday about secrets being revealed, of power, and your own personal power, as well as other people's power, or other entities' powers over you. And I do feel that, Scorpio, that what's coming to you are like key codes, cheat codes, how to break the cycles. And not just for you, but for everyone else. That somehow, again, I find it interesting that Metatron's cube is behind this angel, and you also have the tree of life, which, of course, if you look up the Kabbalah, or there's the tree of life has been around since ancient Kemet. You're receiving foundational coding and encoding and decoding for us to then grow this next evolution of humanity on top of. Now that's going to look like, the communication is going to look a lot. Again, you might get like some writing, what do they call that? Channeled writing. I don't think they don't call that, but you know what I mean? Like you're just going to be writing, scribing. Some of you are going to see this vision, and it's going to look like sacred geometric symbols, shapes, but when put together, it's like it's a cheat code. It unlocks something major. It's going to unlock something major in your own life as well, where you're going to be able to really finally kind of push forward and push through and get to this next step. But the next step goes like deeper down the rabbit hole, where you have a much greater understanding. And here we have you, the muse. You are your own muse. You are your own inspiration. Scorpio, you don't necessarily need anybody else to be your muse for you, child. You are it. You will find inspiration within yourself. And I want you to allow yourself to do that, because what's coming through for you when we have a new moon in a water sign, all of the water signs get affected in some way, as do all of, like if it's in a cardinal sign, all of the cardinal signs get affected in a certain way. And so for us with this new moon in Cancer, again, if we're getting power revealed for you, I feel like it's a power of transmuting the shadow, and also revealing like the true intentions behind the whys, behind the whats of what's happening in this world. And for some of you, that revelation is going to be like news to you, and you're just going to be like, I don't even know about all that. I don't know if I'm feeling all that. Maybe not. But I'm just going to ask you to let it come. Automatic writing, that's what it's called. I need to let you to let it. I need you to let it come, because the rest of us are going to need that information. Believe it or not, we will. Like the phoenix. Exactly. Like the phoenix. Hey, Sebastian, how are you, lovey? I'm not being shady today. I'm just doing readings. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. I didn't see that. Automatic writing. Absolutely. Yes. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. All right, guys. That was Scorpio. Let's move it along to Sagittarius. All right, Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I wonder if I should have a reading or a natal chart special this weekend for Independence Day. I feel like I want to do something different. All right, Sag, Sun, Moon. I said that, and I know I shouldn't have just said that mess. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get one more. Pulling 3 cards from the Sacred Power Reading card Oracle deck, and then 1 from the Sacred Creators. There's so much I want to talk about, guys. And we will. There's so much. Okay, Sag, you got boundaries too. Ooh, intuition, your third eye. Yes. One more, please, for Sag. Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more for Sag. Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Ooh. And protection. Yeah. Okay, Sag, this is what happens with y'all sometimes. I love y'all, but that mutable passion be getting me sometimes. Listen, you too, just like Leo, endless opportunity. There's nothing but time and opportunity, child. There's nothing but time and opportunity between us. There's nothing but time and opportunity between you and your highest good, your purpose. There are no boundaries. There is no spoon. There is no box. There are no limitations. You have to follow your intuition. You have to follow your intuition. See beyond what's right in front of your face and look into the truth of the matter. See beyond the physical and look into the ethereal, and know that all the while you're doing it into the energetic, into the spirit realm, while you're doing it, you're protected. Some of you, I think, are not looking into the ethereal because, or you're not looking into the spiritual because you're concerned that you are not protected in that way. That's a realm you might not understand, or you've been told, don't go over there and that stuff. Like, you better stay over here in this, whatever religious situation you in, because that's where you're protected. If you go over off into that spirit stuff, that's just too much. Like, you ain't coming back. You could get possessed or something. You know what I'm saying? No, let's just stop it. So you don't feel protected, or you want to branch out and break out. Maybe invest in yourself, maybe do something new, maybe create a business, maybe whatever the case, maybe start school, move to another location. I don't know what your inspiration is right now, what your passion is at the moment, but you feel like if you branch out and step out of the boat and onto the water, you're going to sink. But you can walk on that water. The water is only liquid and we are only incapable of walking on it because that's what our belief system is. You can defy physics if you want to. Physics is a construct. Think about it. If I'm telling you that you can create the reality you want because it's infinite possibilities and you just choose, because they all are out here in existence, you just grab one, put your attention towards it and bring it in. Right? If that's what I'm telling you, why aren't you doing it? That's defying physics. That's defying physics. So if you can defy physics and create your reality, do you understand what I'm saying? You're fully protected. The only reason their only reason for failure is you. If you don't try, or if you turn right back around, and if you only see with your physical eyes and not see with your visionary eyes. Oops. Creator, air, the element of air. Speak, feel, think, air. It cannot be seen. What is before you and your pathway to get it cannot be seen. It can only be created through the airwaves, through the energetic airwaves, through thought, speech, and belief. Thought, speech, and belief. And the whole time you're protected. The whole time you're safe. Because even if you make a mistake, it's not a failure. The only failure is not trying. So keep pushing. I don't want to say pushing. Keep moving, keep seeing, keep knocking down the boundaries, and don't allow the past to creep up behind you and stop you from moving forward. Don't allow the past to stop you from moving forward. Okay? Dehydration will indeed make you have headaches. Frankincense also helps with headaches, believe it or not. All right, we're going to move on. I know, that's crazy. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. All right, here we go. Sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Purification. Oh, we got freedom again. That one hadn't shown up in a minute. And sacred wisdom. What's the sacred wisdom one? Cappies. You too need to see who's around you and what the energy they have. You too need to see what is around you and what energy that they are possessing. You need to purify your space. Some of you all need to reorganize your space. Some of you guys need to reorganize your space. Purge. Some of y'all are holding on to things from exes or ex-roommates or ex-lovers or whatever. People that were in your life that are no longer in your life. And it's really dragging the energy of the whole house down. Some of you are holding on to things from loved ones that have passed on. And it's really time for you to let that energy go. Like, you can keep some things. Some of you are holding on to stuff and maybe even harboring regret or guilt or anger towards someone that's passed on. It's time for you to purify your energy, because that's the only way that you're going to find freedom. The sacred wisdom is looking at all possibilities and all probabilities and making sure that you are making the decision, or what the wise decision that is best, it's for your highest good. Make sure you're making the decision that is of your highest good, that you're looking at everything and assessing it without, in a space of neutrality, without assigning guilt, shame, love, joy, anything. Don't assign anything to it. And always remember that you are epic. And I think I need one more for you. Oop. Overrate your intuition. In other words, stop ignoring it. You know, some people will say intuition is overrated, or such and such and so-and-so is overrated. No, we need you to overrate this. It's underrated by you. Rely on your intuition. It's going to give you sacred, wise insight into the situation at hand and into what is holding you back, what is keeping you from truly being free. And then as you're free, you can freely create. Okay? So what's keeping you from doing that? What's holding you back? I don't understand. And I don't think you do either. Okay? So intuition's not overrated. Find your freedom. In your freedom, you will find happiness and joy and peace. And you won't be so bound by these negative thoughts. Man, some of y'all need a salt bath too. Some of y'all need a salt bath. I'm in a cleansing bath. I did a TikTok a long time ago about a cleansing bath. You create a cleansing bath with a little bit of salt, some olive oil. Put some selenite or some citrine, actually would be great. Put some citrine around your bath. Or if you can keep the citrine from going down the drain in your bath water, would be good. Take them out beforehand. Cleanse yourself. Matter of fact, that'd be really good. Put some citrine in water. And I would put salt cleanses, oil seals. So cleanse first, sage smudge the area of the room, cleanse, take the citrine out, rinse it off, rinse off your body, and then either sit in oil that is water that has frankincense in it, or olive oil. Some people use coconut oil even, but you need oil to seal. I would get some frankincense or myrrh or lavender, something like that, and drop it in there in that oil. A few drops, get the, and then be sure you bathe yourself with it and seal in your intention for happiness, freedom, creativity, and release that into the universe so that what is of your best interest, your highest good, can come to pass. All right. All right. I didn't know mushrooms are great for headaches. Okay. All right. That's Capricorn. We're going to move on to Aquarius. We got 2 more left, guys. We're doing good. Aquarius. Here we go. All right, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. I thought this was going to be quicker. So no matter what I do, whether it's tarot or oracle, it's just going to take me this amount of time to get through all 12 signs. Freaking nuts. Here we go. Unconditional love. Transformation. Here's my Phoenix. Enlightening. Ooh. Oh. All right, here we go. Aquarius. What sign am I on? Unconditional love. Aquarians, you are loved. Sun, moon, and rising. Your generosity is welcomed by others. Transformation. Emotional freedom. Oh, those things called emotions, Aquarians. Emotional freedom brings growth and positive change. Enlightening. Thunder all through the night. Promise to see Jesus in the morning light. Take my hand, it'll be all right. Oh, that's a Prince song. Come on, babies. Come on, save your soul tonight. Lightning. Sudden changes and challenges ahead. Be cautious. You are loved. Emotional freedom brings growth and positive. Okay. Aquarians, I know that sudden change is not exactly something that you are comfortable with. I did not know cauliflower helps with breast cancer either. Okay. Sudden change is not something y'all are comfortable with. However, I feel like sudden change, you don't necessarily mind it, especially when it is transformational. You don't want sudden change just for the sake of change. You want change for a purpose, for transformation, for positive transformation, right? Because you truly do have unconditional love for the world. You might not show it, and people might get on your last ever-loving nerve. But at the end of the day, you honestly do want to see the world made a better place. You want what's good for the collective. And you are willing to accept sudden changes, again, if they are for transformative purposes. What I'm going to tell you on an individual basis, if I will, or an Aquarian collective basis, is I want you to remember as these changes begin to happen in your life and in your world over the next very short time period, that you are loved, you are honored, and you are respected. But the sudden change is about to happen. There's going to be some shaking. There's some tower moments happening. And they are for the overall greater good. They are for your entire transformation. But I feel like, Aquarians, there's some things in your life that you have been unwilling to release and let go of because you felt like you absolutely had to hold on to them, and that they were fixtures in your life that you couldn't get rid of. They're not. Oh. Changes. With the flower of life and some of the petals in the flower of life are flying away. That tells me you're getting a new flower. That there is a seed that is blooming and blossoming, and the outer petals need to shed so that the new bloom can happen. So there are changes coming. And I think that there are changes that you know you were supposed to make, but for whatever reason you couldn't. But what's going to shape in this new moon time is you're going to, again, have the power. Do not do that. Don't do that. He was about to start barking like a madman. But you're going to have the internal power, and then the power from the universe is all going to kind of quote unquote conspire to begin to put things in motion so that you can be free and that you can transform into this beautiful phoenix that you truly are. You're going to find out some things about yourself, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I don't think you really knew. Don't do that. No, get off of my cards, man. Stop, Jim. It's going to be shaking. It's going to be a little unsettling and a little earth-shattering for you. But I want you to remember you're loved. You can get through this. You will get through this. And on the other side of it, the level of, I don't want to, do you see what you can't see what she just did. She literally just laid across all of my decks. Stop. I don't want to just say power. I want to say spiritual awareness and ascension that you will walk in is going to shock yourself. And I'm going to send y'all Gemini. All right. All right. That is Aquarius. You can rewind, Warrior Girl. Let's move on to the last one, which is Pisces. All right, here we are. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have Gemini, the cat, in the camera. Oh, she's leaving. Do not turn my computer off. Now, some of y'all ain't been with me long enough to know that Gemini will get mad when I continue to put her down, and she'll take that paw, and she will get on this tower and walk across the top and turn my computer off on purpose. Y'all might think she don't do it on purpose, but I know her. She does it on purpose. Because she knows what she's doing. Is Virgo underneath my feet? Yeah, I got Virgo underneath my feet. Apollo, leave that cat alone. Leave her be. She wasn't bothering you. You gonna get put out. He is something else. Apollo the pit bull. Okay, let me go. Let me get moving. All right, here we go. Sun, moon, and rising. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. I can't wait for it either, Kay. I was just about to send you guys out an email to make sure you guys have the Zoom link, remind you. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Pisceans, here we go. She is a smart kitty. She's bratty kitty, but she's smart. Sacred wisdom, Pisces. See everything for what it is. Follow that inner intuitive wisdom you have. You have so much of it. You know so much. Follow it. Get past the illusion. Be careful, Pisceans, that you're not in an illusionary state where things are looking to you like real funny and funky, and it's not, right? Like, so I'm going to ask you to kind of like lay down. You don't have, no, and I don't care about you, Cyan. The dog. That disillusionary state, I'm gonna ask you to look behind the veil, okay, and see things for what they truly are. Change. You have changes coming in your life. Let me look at this. You know, I do like to look at these a little bit. New beginnings bring challenges. Adapt to your surroundings. Pisceans, as much as a mutable sign as you are, you really are not big on change. But these changes are bringing you abundance, right? The changes that are coming, it's new. It's new opportunities. And yeah, some of it's going to be a little challenging, but it's so worth it in the end. Okay, but I need you to get past this kind of every once in a while feeling like you can't, or that you're just like, oh, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's just so not cool. Y'all laugh. You know, like, you intuitively know which way to go and how to get there. And you intuitively know that each and every change as it comes to you is actually for your own good. It's for your betterment. And I want you to remember that as we're going through this time, especially right now, because it's really a time for expansion. It's time for expansion. You're going to find external validation. So at every step of the way, you're going to see, oh, yep, I'm taking the right step. And always remember, what does your soul say, your higher self? Don't just depend on what other people say, but what does your soul say? And it will be validated as you take each step. Oh, and you are epic as well. Abundance, 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 abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance in every area of your life. Remember, Cancerians, we're all about the total package. Not just one thing. We're about the total package. We're about the passion. We're about the prosperity. We're about the people. We're about the purpose, and we're about the promise. We want the whole package. Okay? And that whole package indeed can be yours. My God, today, we made it through, y'all. Who laser focused like a sailor? You mean like a salmon swimming against the odds? Absolutely. She is hilarious. Gemini is hilarious. She does look at me. She looks at me, and then I'm like, get down. And she's like, what? What did I do? She's such a brat. Yeah, Pisces moon. All right, gang. You see this down at the bottom? It's been scrolling the whole time. Those of you who are not signed up already for Lightworker Liftoff, go on over there and sign up right now. It's free for the first 2 days. There's a third day that's $47. You do not want to miss that third day. You don't want to miss the third day. Because I'm going to tell you something. That third day is when we begin to unlock all of the algorithmic situations and codes for social media and really help you hang your shingle out there. So you don't want to miss the third day either. But I can't wait to see y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in a few. I'm getting ready to send out an email right now reminding you guys, and then also giving you the Zoom link in case you don't have it, so you don't have to look for it, because we'll be there in about T-minus 90 minutes, a little bit less than 90 minutes. So get ready, okay? And be sure you're in kind of a quiet place, because we're going to be doing some meditation. I'm going to be doing an energy healing session tonight. It's powerful. So if you've not attended it before and or you've not signed up yet, please go in there and do so, okay? Oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you so much. Oh, go get your life. Thank you, baby. It was good. It's a good thing. I love doing this every month. All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so much. Happy new moon. We'll see you soon. Oh, Melinda, if you could add, once this is up, if you could add timestamps, thank you. Okay, guys, love you.